Hi and welcome. I want to review the MarketWatch stock trading simulation game we've been working on. It's been several weeks into the course, and let's see how students are doing. Keep in mind, by this point, you've done the first test, several homework assignments, some spreadsheet assignments, and you read hopefully at least 4 or 5 chapters in the textbook. So now you have a decent basis to start doing, making some more trades. And we have Nima here in the number 1 position, and Nima is involved in the investment club. And this could be why Nima is heavily involved. He's an officer in the investment club, and this could be why they made 1.8 million. He's made 1.8 million dollars in returns on 168 trades so far. And if you're interested about the investment club, they meet on Wednesdays in Frey Hall at 305 in room 305 at 1 p.m. So if you want to be in a place where people are thinking about stocks, talking about stocks, meet other people who are interested about stocks to get some ideas on how to make money in the stock market, that is the club that you should go to. It's a nice complement to this course if you want to have a little bit networking or additional information about investments. Go to the investment club, join the investment club, which meets Wednesdays at Frey Hall at 305 at 1 p.m. And you can't argue the results. Now, in number 2 position, we have Faraz, who is made about $170,000 on 104 trades. Santiago, 90 trades, 145,000. Ben, on 48 trades, 115,000. And rounding out top 5 is Mark, who made 100,000 on 117 trades. Now, keep in mind, I am tracking the number of trades. So if you're falling below the minimum of 5 trades a week, and at this, that's going to cost you points on your grade. So at the end of the semester, or every week, I record the number of trades you make to make sure you're making 5 trades a week. And if you're someone who's made less than the 5 trades per week, then you are going to lose points on the simulation. That's the only way to lose points, is not to make trades. It's not about making money, it's about learning trading experience. So this, I'm grading you on your experience, and experience requires 5 trades per week. Now, if we look at Vanessa, Ling Zwan, Amanda, Claudia, Michael, they've all made over $5,000. The top 9 positions have made over $10,000. The top 8 positions have made over $25,000. So people are making money in the stock market. So you can always click into anyone's portfolio and look at their history. It's an open trading simulation, and see what they've been doing. You could go to this is the player, and we want to see this is the performance, the portfolio performance, and their trades. You can look at their trading history, what stocks they've been working with, pending orders. So you can easily do that. Now, I'm not participating in this, even though I am appears to be here in 15th place out of 60 players. I'm not really trying. I've just done some trades as a demonstration. And if I were participating, I would go to a site like Google Finance, and I would look at, I would create some stocks for a watch list. I'd look at some, they give you a full list of a watch list. You can look at different stocks you might be been looking at. You can look at the different markets. The markets are down today. We've had some interest rate worries. We've had the bond yields increasing volatility, and the S&P 500 has been on a losing streak. So it's getting a little bit more difficult to make consistent returns now, and in a slightly downward market as inflation has kicked up, unemployment has reduced, Federal Reserve has increased their interest rates by 25 basis points recently. So a lot of stuff has happened in the markets that you should be aware of. So you should know what the Fed is doing. You should know what inflation is, unemployment rate, where bond yields are going. These are all affecting investors in their trades. Currencies have been changing as well. So if we look at, let's click on local markets, and we could see more closely how the Dow Jones, the S&P 500, the NASDAQ composite are doing. And we have the NASDAQ is down almost 2% today, and it's a lot of tech stocks. So we can look at local news on different stocks, and this is how you do your research. You kind of poke around and see what's happening in the markets and stocks they're talking about. So these are all different things I've poked around on. I don't recommend any of them. Snap's interesting. They're at a low. Snap has recently gone to a new low. So that is very interesting. So you can click on any of the companies. Here's Canadian Goose. These are the super expensive coats I see some students wearing. They're down 8% today. And so that's more than the market. So to give you some news, not much news in the company, but there might just be down because it's a downward market. They were up a lot today. So you can get, actually click on news. You can get a full listing on news on the stock. You can compare it to other indexes or other stocks. You can get the financials of the company. Now that we've gone through chapter 3, we know financial ratios. We can look at the financials a little bit more closely between the years of the company. This is a relatively new company, so there's not as much news on it. I think that Yahoo Finance gives a more detailed quote on a company like this, but this company has a P ratio of 76. So that's very high for a clothing company. You know, if you look at a Under Armour, you can look at Under Armour, and that's another clothing company. Their PE, oh, they don't have a PE. Why would a company not have a PE? Well, they probably have a loss. But if we look at Under Armour over a max period, we see that they had a high price of $50 and now a low of 13, and now they're hovering around 12. So that's what could happen. When they had a high price of 50, they had a pretty high PE as well. And when their business started to cool and not grow as fast, you see the stock come down quite fast. So that's another high-flying clothing company that, when their business starts to slow, you can get a reduction in overall overall PE ratio and overall price. So a lot of times these high-flying companies get hit hardest on days the stock market's down. Okay, going back to the stock trading simulation, so you, at this point, if you feel like the market is going to start to go down rather than up, you can take a company like Canadian Goose, which is GOES. This is a symbol, right? So I could trade this company, and if I feel like the stock market is going down, I could do what we know is going to be, I'll do a market order, and I'm going to do a short sell, which is betting that the stock price will go down. So I'll do some shares of that, and I will submit my order. Okay, so my order has been submitted. And that's just an example. I'm not saying their stock's going to go down anymore. I don't know if their stock's going to go up or go down, but I just want to give you an example of when the market is tight and tough and stock prices are going down, you can still make money by short selling. So, okay, so that is my quick recap of I can see the top 10 have already changed a little bit here. So that's my quick recap of MarketWatch. Keep trading. Remember, you have to do 5 trades a week, and keep participating in this MarketWatch game for our class. And if you want to have a little bit more interaction with people who are interested in investing and talk about investing ideas and talk about stocks and get different ideas, you can always go to the investment club. Is a great place to meet and talk about stocks and meet other students interested in stock trading. I should know I'm also the advisor of the club, and it's a pretty popular club on campus. So that would be my advice, as well as just checking local Yahoo Finance, Google Finance, Fools.com, all the different websites, some of them talked about in Chapter 3 about stock investing. Okay, take care and best of luck to you. Talk to you soon.